Welcome back, guys. It's Maverick here. Today we are watching another episode of BEASTARS Season 2. So, the million-dollar question here, right? Is Louis going to listen to Legosi and go back and help him apprehend Riz? And if he does go back and help him, is it going to be like more of a, on the table, like, public reappearance, as the star of the drama club returning back, that kind of thing? Or is he gonna work more from the shadows and support Legosi from the shadows? It's hard to say, and indeed, what is Legosi going to do about this entire Riz situation? I still have this feeling that it should be better handled by trying to force him to confess and hand himself over to the authorities, something like that. But apparently Legosi wants to do it by force, or I don't even get it, right? Like, what exactly is he training for? Is he training to apprehend Riz or something like that? We'll have to see what exactly he feels about this entire situation, right? And then we still got Pino, like, what's his relation to all of this? And then there's still Haru and Juno and their stuff going on the side as well. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Let's just get into the episode and see where the offer decides to take us. Alright, so I skipped the opening, so let's just begin in the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Or focusing on Riz again. The chef's whimsical surprise. Huh. Curry with tomato. Consensually? Okay. You have, like, a very twisted understanding of this entire situation, Rose. Or or is this his way of dealing with the situation? Yeah, I feel like that's sort of his sort of like hypnosis or something. Okay. Well, you're a healthy adolescent boy. Oh. acid mill. Always back to this place. Okay. Hmm? No. This is not making things any easier for Legosi. I can tell you guys that. Although, you know, if we take away like all this different, you know, this racial difference and whatnot, this is just a very, how should I say it? It's just a very direct school romance. Heck, not even school, like just a freeway relationship. Now he's gonna make it his duty to bring Louis back. Oh, no, I don't. You see, okay. Okay, who's gonna barge him? Legacy or Riz? Anyways, I don't dislike Legoshi's way of thinking for that. I definitely feel like in order to actually solve the entire situation, they need to lay things bare, right? I don't think it necessitates bringing Louis back, but wrong girl. That doesn't seem like a Pino thing to do, honestly. I thought he'd be much more. Huh, did it again. And here I thought that he'd be way, you know. Yeah. I guess he's kind of affected recently as well. That's why his game is suffering a little bit. Oh, Riz. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty effective way to get his attention. Just a lick. Oh, that actually did tie in with the honey wax thing, right? Dude, not on the floor of the toilet. Hmm. Nope. It's kind of off it now. He does look like Louis here, right? Oh, they're like, damn, this guy can act. Hmm. Damn, Riz. Have you ever stopped to really think a little bit about what you're actually doing? So that means he actually trusts Free very much as well. Hmm. Hmm? Oh, he's gonna use himself as bait. This dude. Oh, and he's there. Yep. Oh, right now at this time. Oof. Oh, he's. Are they actually going to brawl though? Or is someone going to. Oh, they are going to brawl! Oof! Oof! Yeah, but. Oh. Someone gonna catch him in the. Oh. Huh. Alright, outside. Huh. Oof. Oof. Okay, in this one, I definitely have to side with Legosi here. Okay, come on. Beat some sense into him, Legoshi. Although, I still don't think he can actually win against Riz. I'm surprised that. Oh. Mm. What this has? What kind of fight is this? Who is actually? Oh. Oh my. Okay, so now they're gonna have like a duel to the death or something of that sort. Yeah, just call the damn police. Nobody's asking you to be the one who dishes out justice. Ugh. It's gonna be like, well, if you eat meat, or what? Are we gonna get into like some secret kung fu training or something like that? This is hilarious. Anyways, see you guys after this. Oh my god, guys. This entire fight is just ridiculous. This entire dynamic between Riz and Legoshi and whatnot. Like, I mean, even just Riz himself, right? The entire concept is quite, quite ridiculous in of itself. But, it works in some sort of sense, right? So basically he truly believes, well, at least at this point, he still like 99% believes that what he did was in the right. He was simply having this really, really good heart-to-heart with his best friend Tim, and so eating him, isn't supposed to weigh down on his conscience or whatnot. But definitely, I feel like deep down he knows that it's wrong, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have those sleepless nights. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so bothered by Legoshi's words and so on and so forth. So we know that there are already some cracks in his armor. But at this point in time, he is justifying this to himself, so saying that, hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me eating Tim and yet still acting like this kind, harmless bear around all the others and pretending that nothing has ever happened here, right? And I think that kind of ties in with his fight with Legoshi as well. Like, I feel like Riz still isn't truly thinking of killing Legoshi here, right? Because if he did, like, there are so many moments he could have filmed. Like, literally, Riz dragged Legoshi halfway around the campus, right, or however far they went, and outside and all that, with Legoshi just he was completely helpless, right? He was simply dragged by him all the way to the showers and whatnot. He could have killed him at any time, and yet he didn't, right? And, before you guys say anything, I still believe 100% that Riz is stronger than Legoshi. Like, there are just some biological differences that you can't overcome. I already felt that there was enough suspension of disbelief back in season 1 when Legoshi fought off a herd, an entire pack, or pride, I guess you'd say, of lions and whatnot. I am not buying him overpowering a bear at all, unless they do some voodoo kung fu magic or something of that sort. And then that's another thing entirely if they really do want to bring the more fantasy aspect to it, right? But before then, I definitely feel that Riz 100% has this fight, and the fact that Legoshi is still alive is mostly due to Riz still not being completely insane, right? I feel like this sort of inner conflict that he has is still keeping him from actually directly doing something to Pino, directly doing something to Legoshi and whatnot. Like who knows? And there could be multiple sides to it, right? Like, maybe deep down he really wants to be told off and said that, yeah, what you did was wrong, and for someone to really confirm to him that he was wrong. Or on the other hand, it might be because because he truly believes what he's doing is right, and so he wants to continue on with this cordial relationship with all the others and whatnot, and perhaps even be friends with Legoshi and Pino and all the others, and so on and so forth, right? So it's definitely a very interesting situation here, and for some reason culminating into like a New Year's Eve duel or whatnot. See, that again is something else, right? If Riz was truly just a villain and whatnot, why would he have to adhere to this kind of rule, like, and even setting a time and place for this and whatnot? He could have literally just ambushed Legoshi at any time or whatnot and took him out, right? And yet he's choosing not to do this. It's more of a I feel like he wants to get something off his chest as well, right? Whether or not it actually ends in him losing or him winning, at least it's a sort of resolution. And it's definitely that's I feel like that's what's contributing to this sort of ridiculous situation here, where they're fighting, but then they're not fighting, and then they have to put on different different faces and whatnot. Even though there's so many actual opportunities to kill each other, so the entire works, right? So that is definitely quite funny in of itself, quite entertaining of itself, and yeah, let's just see how exactly this is gonna go down, right? Now, I do also appreciate the dialogue at the end of this episode, right, where Gohan was saying to Legoshi, dude, why don't you just call the police and call it a day, right? As I was saying before, just set up a situation where Riz inadvertently admits to the crimes that he committed, and leave it to the authorities from there, right? But with Legoshi's dialogue there, we can see that this isn't really truly just about Tim, right? This is actually also about Legoshi himself. There's something that he wants to confirm for himself as well, either to grow himself or to maybe to how should I put it? To put some things into perspective and bring some light into some situations here, right? I would say it's definitely not just on the, I must avenge Tim kind of thing. There's definitely some more personal reasons which is why he is doing this, why he's pursuing this particular method, when, the right thing to do would be obviously, hand it over to the authorities and whatnot and allow them to deal with the entire situation here, right? But at least it kind of explains why Legoshi is doing this, even though it's illogical as heck. We can see that, hey, he is doing this in some ways for himself instead. So I can appreciate that. So I like that they actually mentioned that in the end there. What else did we have? Pino and his entire thing. And definitely that was a pretty great transition from him, right? I do wonder if he is gradually starting to walk the path of Louis as well, right? In a certain sense, we'll have to see, right? Maybe he truly does become Louis Jr. not only on stage but off stage as well. So we'll have to see about that. Like, I would laugh so hard if in the end it's gonna be Louis that returns and then Pino to take his place instead. Like, can you guys imagine if that was to actually happen? Oh my god, I would laugh my head off. But hey, it would make for an entertaining series. Juno and the others. Oh, actually, this episode concentrated a little bit more on Haru, right? So yeah, I was kind of like losing my train of thought at that point. So I do actually enjoy the fact that Legoshi is choosing to put his relationship with Haru on hold until Louis, or at least they kind of resolve the entire situation with Louis, right? I do actually feel like that is a wise decision. I think I talked about that as well in a few episodes prior. When you are in this kind of messy situation with multi-angled, multi-way relationships and whatnot, you want to have some time to settle things down, right? And definitely in this situation where it's unclear, at least to Haru, as to Louis' whereabouts, his safety and whatnot, it's not really fair to just go in and try to steal the girl under this kind of circumstances, right? And it might cause trouble later on once Louis does eventually return, right? Now, I think I also mentioned this before in the previous episode. You could also look at this from a more alpha male kind of view and say screw the ex, right? I'm here now, and I'm going to make it so that Haru loves me way more than what, and so even if eventually Louis does come back, so what, right? At that point, Haru would have died, would have no lingering feelings for Louis, or at least it would be completely overpowered by her feelings to me, right? There's definitely an alpha male perspective towards this as well, but it really depends on which way you want to look at it. I can't really fault Legoshi's decision in this position, though. I feel like it's maybe a nicer way of doing things, if you, considering that he also respects Louis a lot, right? So I feel like that is a logical outcome and a logical solution to his problems, and so on and so forth. So there we go. That is it for episode 22 of season 2. Are we maybe in 2 episodes left? I can't remember if this is a 12 episode season or something, or is it a 13? I think maybe it's 12, so maybe 2 episodes left before the end. Perhaps, no, my best guess here is that they're going to resolve the entire Riz situation by the end of this season. So, we shall have to see. Anyways, thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.